Hi, my name is Laura Giallonardo, and I will be walking through a strategic analysis of PNC Bank. Let's first look at PNC's external environment, the financial banking industry. As of June 2024, PNC is the sixth largest bank in the United States. The key players in the banking industry are the top four banks, each exceeding $1 trillion in assets. With PNC sitting at the number 6 spot, it competes with the top banks and super regional banks. The banking industry dates back to ancient times when the first currencies were born. The modern banking industry, as we know it today, began to develop after World War II with the birth of the Federal Reserve Bank. Additionally, there has been a huge shift in banking regulations after the 2008 financial crisis. Although banks are moving to online banking, impacting the number of brick-and-mortar branches and the onset of online-only institutions such as Ally Bank and SoFi. The most impactful driving forces in banking are centered around the economy and technology with the shift to online banking. Financial institutions are ultra-sensitive to any political and legal factors. With a combination of the stock market's health, the Fed's interest rates, and consumer behavior, a bank's assets can easily fluctuate as a result. Using Porter's Five Forces model, we see that the threat of entry into banking industry is fairly high due to well-established financial institutions, federal regulation, and the capital requirements for a bank. Suppliers do not necessarily have strong power in the banking industry since most are fairly replaceable. On the other hand, buyers have a lot of power as most customers can easily move banks with little or no switching costs. Large customers, like other institutions, hold a huge amount of buying power. Typically, banks all compete for the same types of customers, and with small regional banks making rivalry high. The power of the buyer tends to be the force with the most power in the banking industry. PNC takes the approach of excellent customer service and operating with integrity to combat the pressure of this force. Overall, the banking industry is a fairly attractive industry to enter, which is why new financial institutions pop up frequently. Although the strong regulations can be a deterrent, the payoff for financial institutions is large, making it an attractive industry. The banking industry's success factors include assets, liabilities, shareholder equity, revenue, and net income. As seen here, both PNC and JPMorgan Chase have continued to experience positive revenue and net income, while Truist and SoFi had losses in 2023. This results in much higher net profit margins for PNC and JPMorgan Chase, a great indicator of the company's health. This also sheds some light on the idea that the newer banks coming onto the scene may struggle to generate profits in their early years, as we're seeing with SoFi. Now let's take a look at PNC's internal environment. Previously a small regional bank, PNC has now expanded across the United States and offers a very wide range of banking services. PNC has a set of 7 values as seen here. Its values are comparable to its competitors. However, PNC takes it a step further by mentioning performance, quality of life, and respect. I believe these additional values bring a human element into the banking world, showing that although transactional in nature, the business is built around human needs of financial security and respect. In recent years, these values have been incorporated into everything from training to employee recognition, showing that leadership is invested in the values. In 2020, the following strategic priorities were laid out in PNC's annual report. So far, PNC has delivered on its market expansion. It opened and renovated 350 branches in 2023 and announced plans to open and renovate over 100 more over the next 4 years. The results of the second strategic priority can be seen in its financial results over the past few years, where the company has been steadily growing. Lastly, PNC has made significant investments in technology, which has resulted in new digital products. PNC's strengths is its customer service, performance, and dependability, and its dedication to the community. Excellent customer service is extremely valuable and rare, giving PNC a competitive advantage, especially in the banking sector when dealing with something as sensitive as clients' financials. With the rise of online-only banks, PNC's ability to bring human connection into the conversation of finances is rare. To develop a customer service model that is as well established as PNC's, a bank would need to dedicate significant funds to training and management, making it hard to imitate PNC's customer service. Lastly, PNC organized a customer service model in a way that is meant to capture value by making customer focus one of its core values. PNC's second strength is its strong focus on community. This is valuable as it offsets the threat of seeming overly corporate and unrelatable to its customers, but rather a partner. A weakness of PNC is that it was a regional bank that is now competing with top national firms and online-only banks. While PNC has been working on a national expansion plan and using the national presence gained from the BBVA acquisition, its lack of availability in certain markets could be considered a weakness. PNC has made significant investments in its technology, proving to be an opportunity in the future. This has made sure that its internal structure is well sound while making strides toward a new digital products to offer customers. The biggest threat to PNC is cybersecurity attacks. Reputation and significant asset loss could be at risk if an attack is not handled promptly and with care. PNC prides itself on being risk-averse, a steady performer, and a friend of the community. Although there are also nods to this sentiment in PNC's new branding, Brilliantly Boring Banking, where the firm leans into being a boring bank that is smart, steady, and reliable. Additionally, there are numerous mentions of serving communities and the environment through PNC's website and official documents. Overall, this leads to the company's core competency of being a bank that provides dependable financial solutions to a wide range of customers through excellent customer service while strongly serving communities. Primary activities for PNC include operations, marketing and sales, and after-sales service, the main driver being after-sales service. Customer service has certainly been used to help PNC gain a competitive advantage. Marketing is also a major driver for PNC. Both of these elements add value to the firm and make their products and services more desirable to customers. The support activity of information systems is also an extremely important driver to help PNC gain a competitive advantage. With the risk of cybersecurity attacks, it is even that much more important to use information systems to a firm's competitive advantage. Not only will customers feel safer banking with the firm, but new digital products can also be used as marketing tools, enticing new customers to bank with PNC. I would recommend that PNC continue to heavily invest in new technology. With new fintech companies emerging all around, PNC can use their existing customers, strong customer service, and solid reputation to its advantage. As long as PNC keeps up with new technology, they will be able to have a competitive advantage against newer firms. PNC uses a broad differentiator strategy by keeping costs comparable with competitors and adding value. By looking at interest rates, we can compare costs between financial institutions. PNC's interest rates are in the mid to high range of rates charged to customers compared to its competitors. PNC has also been able to keep its expenses down while still offering customers significant value. Given the fact that PNC's economic value created, as shown in its total revenue numbers, is greater than its costs, it is successfully using the differentiation strategy to gain a competitive advantage. One way PNC has kept its expenses low is through its personnel choices. Compared to its competitors, PNC has made the choice to keep the costs low and their value added to customers consistent in order to align with their differentiation strategy. PNC has shown two different strategies to grow in recent years. As previously a regional bank based out of Pittsburgh, the bank was mainly popular on the East Coast and was beginning to move to the Midwest. With the goal of expanding its presence to the West Coast, the acquisition of BBVA allowed PNC to grow its assets and customer base. This move not only gained PNC additional assets, but it also brought PNC branches and customers on the West Coast where it previously did not have a presence. In addition to acquisitions, PNC announced plans to spend almost $1 billion over the next 4 years to open and renovate branches in order to continue to expand its presence across the country. The plan shows that the firm is focusing on growing by investing deeper into its established customer bases. Although its digital transformation is successful, PNC ensures that they are always available to provide a human customer service when needed for their customers. So new branches in current markets will allow this strategy to grow and succeed. PNC follows a diversified product strategy. Although its products stay within the realm of finance, the company offers a wide range of financial services. Since no one group of the company is generating more than 70% of the firm's total revenue and each group is following the same business strategy, it can be assumed that PNC follows a related, constrained diversification strategy. Although PNC has a handful of international branches, its focus is mainly on its domestic business. This signifies that the firm is not headed towards a geographic diversification strategy anytime soon and allows PNC to focus its efforts on its domestic business and its national expansion. Organization structure plays a key role in company culture and is made up of specialization, formalization, centralization, and hierarchy. PNC has a high degree of specialization within the company. Not only does an employee need to specialize in their field, but the employees are then specialized in their specific lines of business. A lot of employees at PNC experience a high level of formalization. However, it's not applied at the same level to back office employees. There's a mix of top-down strategic planning and planned emergence when it comes to PNC's centralization, and PNC's hierarchy tends to have a tall structure which allows for small teams under managers' spans of control. Functional structure is currently being used at PNC. The company has one CEO and operates with multiple lines of business, each reporting to the CEO. Along with federal regulations that all financial institutions must adhere to, PNC has a clearly outlined code of conduct which outlines everything from employee codes to responsibilities to protecting customer information and assets. Additionally, PNC's code of conduct acts as a human resource guide for employees. The code of conduct also aligns with PNC's overarching strategy to provide excellent customer service by gaining customers' trust and respect. PNC is currently in a leadership transition phase. Bill Demchak has held the president, chairman, and CEO positions of the company for 10 years, and earlier this year, he handed over the president role to Michael Lines, head of the bank's corporate and institutional division. Bill Demchak has grown PNC significantly since his arrival with PNC. He's led the company to success with a strong company performance and vision. He would be considered a level 5 leader. Our text states that a level 5 leader, the strategic leader, builds enduring greatness by combining willpower and humility. The level 5 executive definition stands true when describing Bill Demchak and his leadership style, given all of the investments PNC has made in acquisitions in its employees since his time as CEO. Overall, PNC is in a strong position in the financial industry with its excellent customer service and risk-averse strategies. It will earn customers' trust And with its technological innovations, it will lure new customers in and keep up with flashy fintech startups. PNC's main disadvantage is its lack of physical presence in some areas compared to other major banks. However, the company's strides to expand nationwide will help strengthen that weakness. My recommendation to PNC is to continue on the path of expansion as well as push forward with new technologies in order to gain the biggest competitive advantage possible. I would also use its simple, clean branding to its advantage, as they are starting to do with their Brilliantly Boring campaign, in order to keep the focus on strong, stable banking. PNC has a strong positive reputation and a great performance history that will ultimately lead the company to success in the future. I thank you for your time and listening to my presentation today. I have listed my resources on the final slide.